Rise and shine, the day's begun. Feel the glow of the morning sun. At Bodhi-Sudhya, our hearts align. Sacred service in bed is divine. Oh, Sunday morning, let's break the gray. Shake the dust and light the way. Clear the energy, make it bright. Start the week off, oh so right.
Okay. Hello, VIPs. Happy Sunday. I think most of you are feeling pretty low, and I get that, as am I. That's why it is imperative to be, like I said, intentional with your energy. You gotta clear it. You gotta disconnect. I don't know how else or how many times I can say it, but I get it. You are not alone. Well, you know what? Before we get into all this, let's do that. Let's clear the energy. If you're sensitive to sound, turn your volume down for a couple seconds. We're gonna make some noise and shake up the energy here a bit. All right, let's close our eyes. Deep breath in through the nose and blow it out of your mouth. Let's do a little box breathing. Let's in through the nose to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Out of your mouth. 2, 3, 4, and hold. Again, deep into the nose. Hold it. And out of your mouth. And hold it. Last one, let's go deep in through the nose. Hold it, let all the toxic energy build up. And then just push it all out your mouth. And hold. We're going to do one more. This time I want you to breathe in through the nose and then make a noise blowing it out. We're expressing all that toxic junk. It's so toxic. Don't let it stay. Don't let it stay. All right. Now we're going to imagine, like a river of golden light coming down from the sky. And it just pours over your entire body and your aura and just washes away all the toxic stuff wrapped up in there. It takes it down to the earth. And then it oozes through your top of your head. It goes down your brain. It relaxes your mind. It goes down the back of your head and the sides of your head and your ears. And down your forehead, your eyes, your nose and your cheeks and your jaw. Relax that jaw. And down your throat and the back and sides of your neck. And down your shoulders and your chest. And your upper arms, your elbows, lower arms, down your hands and fingers. Then it continues down your back and your stomach, and your lower back and your sides, and down your hips and your butt and your thighs, and your inner and outer legs, top of the legs and the knees, and the lower legs, and down to your feet and your toes. Wiggle those toes, wiggle those fingers. Move it back around if you need to in your neck. Let it fill every pore, every cell. Relaxes everything and takes away the toxic junk. And then imagine a golden bubble surrounding your entire body and your aura. And and it filters everything. It lets the good stuff in and blocks the toxic stuff. Take a deep breath in through the nose and blow it out of your mouth. And just take a few minutes to just relax. Relax. We've all been uptight this week, this month, this year. Take a few seconds to yourself. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, guys. Like I said last week, Sunday service is going to be a little different because there's some important stuff we've got to learn. A lot of people are going through big transformations, big upgrades this year. And it's happening very quickly, and it's overwhelming, and I feel like people don't know what to do with it. And I get that, because like I've said many times, in 1 year, you guys are going through things that took me a good decade to get through and process. I don't know how you're doing it this year. It's a lot, and I get that. But let me just I want to remind everyone of what I said last week, because it's even more important right now. Be careful what you allow this energy to make you do. When things feel heavy, when you're frustrated, when you feel like everything's against you, that's exactly when you have to pull back. Do not take it out on others. Don't pass your negative energy onto the people around you just to get temporary relief. I get that. It feels better to pass it off. I get that. That doesn't move energy. That transfers it. And then you're creating karma that you don't need. You can't go around spreading low vibration, attacking, projecting, or trying to make other people feel how you feel, and then ask, why aren't good things happening for me? That's not how it works. When you feel heavy, that's your cue to pause, to ground, to breathe, to sit with it and not react from it. That's your initiation moment. That's when your energy is being tested to see if you've learned to master it instead of letting it master you. So this week, if you start to feel low, stop. Don't text out of anger. Don't email me. Don't post out of frustration. Don't, gossip or send shade. Just sit in silence and let it pass. Work on your energy. Clear it. If you are feeling heavy, if you're in a bad mood and all these things, why are you not clearing your energy? I don't know how many times I can tell you to do that. You have to break the pattern, and that is how you move to your next level. And that brings me right into one of this week's energies, because what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling is that this week is all about emotional maturity and energetic accountability. You're being shown whether you've actually integrated the lessons or if you're still reacting the same way every time pressure hits. The universe is not pushing you, it's revealing you. It's showing you what still needs healing, where you still give your power away, and what energy you keep recycling when things don't go your way. This week's portal is intense, but it's also beautiful because it's cleansing. It's giving you a chance to reset, to reclaim your emotional authority. So instead of spiraling, pause. Instead of projecting, breathe. Instead of trying to control outcomes, you have to surrender. Because when you stay centered, when you don't let the storm move you, that's when the blessings start to flow. Okay, so let's close our eyes again. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release everything you've been holding, every thought, every worry, every piece of energy that isn't yours. Now place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, I am responsible for my energy. I am responsible for what I create and what I send out into the world. Now breathe that in and let it out. Feel your energy begin to steady. Feel your heart soften. You are not powerless in the storm. You are the calm inside it. You don't have to fight to be seen or heard or loved. You just have to align. Okay, now say this with me. I choose peace over projection. I choose reflection over reaction. I choose growth over ego. I take one last deep breath in, hold it, and release everything that's been weighing on you. Now you're grounded. Now you're clear. You're ready to receive today's message from a place of calm power, not chaos. Okay, guys, get comfortable. I would suggest listening to this when you have time. This is probably going to be pretty long. Last week and this week, when I was meditating, trying to figure out like what Sunday service should be, last week and this week, excuse me, a lot. It's a lot. It's like a lot of lessons that we've got to cram into only a little bit of time. Because I keep getting, we're wrapping up 2025 and 2026 starts something totally different. So like I said, settle in and let's talk. So, first and foremost, I always notice with the energy shifts, and when I say like, oh, it's going to be a heavy one, be careful, sure enough, I see that in my everyday life and via you guys. The tone people take when they reach out to me changes, and I see all that. Lately, I notice like a remarkable increase in anxiety and confusion and isolation, particularly with the empaths and HSPs. You feel very isolated because not everyone around you is going through what you're going through. They're not experiencing it. They're not as sensitive. And I think I said this last week, that going through things alone makes it harder, because if there's a flu going around your town and everybody's catching the flu and you've got the flu, you don't feel so isolated because other people have got it. When the example I used was gas prices. When gas prices go up, everybody's experiencing that, and yeah, it's irritating, but you don't feel isolated about it. With this, other people aren't experiencing it, and so you feel very isolated, even if you're around a lot of people. When no one else is experiencing what you're experiencing, it makes it 10 times as hard to go through it. So, the first thing I'm supposed to talk about is like why we are even here. I'm not going to try to convince anybody. I'm just going to say what I got, what I receive, messages I get. So just listen with your heart open. I wouldn't be surprised if you might find that deep down you have known this all along. There's different ways it's explained among different cultures, different religions, but suffice it to say, we're here because our soul is in school. We come to Earth, it's a school. We're learning lessons, we're growing, right? The purpose of your soul's development, and whether you want to say it's, you advance from 3D to 4D to 5D to 60 to 70, whatever it is, or to go to heaven, or whatever it is, the next level, whatever that is for you. you're here to learn to go from the lowest vibration up to the highest vibration, which the highest vibration is love, right? So, okay, for example, let's just assume that our soul has the development, excuse me, and vibration that still matches, like, let's say the second level of these spiritual levels. As eternal beings, we have our own identity, right? And we continually interact with souls of the same or similar vibration. On this level, we're given a lot of teaching, a lot of education to help our soul progress. But it's a very slow process, or it has been up until now. And the reason for this is very simple. When we are surrounded only by like-minded people like ourselves, we don't see or even conceive other possibilities. And our horizon stays pretty limited. So to speed up your development, you're given a very intense training ground, right? Here, Earth, life, that's the school. Planet Earth is here in the lower cosmos. Earth has a very unique property that allows souls of all different stages, different vibrations or backgrounds or belief systems and so on to incarnate in one place together. So in other words, we're here and we're surrounded by souls with souls we would normally never come into contact with in the spiritual worlds. This is a tremendous opportunity for service, to develop compassion, and to learn unconditionally, unlimited, and all-inclusive love. But we come to Earth and we can also incarnate together with other souls with whom we share some kind of karmic connection with, or burdens. It's also each lifetime is another opportunity to undo any karma through the act of forgiveness. And that is our path to freedom. Karma is amazing to me because so many people don't even think it's real, even though every single religion has some sort of version of it. They call it something else. That's okay. But people don't even think it's real, and it's like one of the major reasons we're even here is to break karmic ties. But we still, it's insane how much I have to preach, like, don't bring in unnecessary karma. You're already living out karma. Like, don't create more bad karma. So the very fact that you're here, living a life on Earth, that's a privilege. You get to come back and try it again. You get to do it again. But if you expected life here on Earth to be a bed of roses and full of nothing but joy and fun, you're probably pretty disappointed with your life so far, right? It's like college. College is never just fun. I mean, sure, you have fun. I mean, lots of fun, maybe. Some people say it's the best time of their lives. But it's also very, very difficult. You're learning how to get out there on your own. You're having to take these tests and learn these things. And, it's full of hard work and constant challenges to kind of measure your progress. So growth and comfort, they don't usually coexist, right? When we're comfortable, we don't really grow very much. It's always when we're pushed to our limits. It's always when we're made uncomfortable. But this is school for your soul. And your soul knew that very well before it came here. Okay, so let's talk about, why we're here. Because that's what so many people ask. And honestly, there isn't just one answer. Truth is, there are so many reasons. There's as many reasons as there are souls. incarnation is personal and intentional and divinely planned, kind of uniquely designed by your soul to experience things and grow and serve in some way. Some of us are here to learn, most of us, to, understand emotions, relationships, or whatever happens here in the physical world, to learn and understand those in deeper ways. Some come to help others, especially now as the world is shifting so fast and so many people are waking up. These are usually us, the empaths and HSPs and starseeds and lightworkers, excuse me, all of us, souls who hold space, spread love, anchor light during times of chaos and transformation, like right now, which is why it is imperative. Like, this is what you are here for. Everything is in chaos. You are here to be grounding, to be the grounding force, and you cannot be the grounding force if you are not grounded. But I'll get off my soapbox. Other people came here to, build the new earth, to help raise the collective vibration. And then, there are those who came purely out of love, right? Souls who volunteer to take on a bit of, another person's karma just to help them evolve faster. Like, everybody knew we were going to be in this time, and there are more souls here than have ever been here before. And like I said, some of them didn't even need to be here, but they just came to help. Sometimes the soul incarnates just to share a single moment of kindness. If my soul knows your soul, and I know you're going to be going through a certain thing, and I know there's going to be a certain day where you could really use some kind of positive, upbeat, you know what I mean? I'll come down for a couple years to be that for you, to share that single moment with you, just to give you a smile or comforting words, or you know what I mean? Something small that ripples out and changes a life. And of course, some souls return because they're still deeply attached to their past lives, the successes, the pleasures or habits they're not quite ready to give up yet. So they jump back into the physical world really quickly. And sometimes they skip the rests and reflection phase because they want to get back into it. Usually I should probably say that, usually there is the rest and reflection phase between lives. Some people skip that, I'm too wrapped up in what I was doing, I want to go back. But there's endless reasons why we come back: to teach, to heal, to love. But ultimately, most souls come to Earth to clear old karma and continue evolving. So again, Earth is the school for souls. It's not punishment, it's purification. It's the place where we come to remember who we are and to learn things and grow and to return, quote unquote, home as a lighter, freer soul and closer to source. We are eternal beings, pure spirit, who chose to step into form. We left our divine home for a little while to grow through experience, to understand, again, love on every level, and to release anything that still binds us. Now, excuse me, my thing is, I'm always asking, why would anyone choose this? Especially when life can be so painful, when the lessons are so painful. But it's kind of like childbirth, right? Yes, it's painful, but it brings new life. The soul knows that what's gained here outweighs what's endured. So from a soul's perspective, a lifetime, call it 70, 80 years, that's just a blink. A few moments in the grand eternal journey. That's what I say about animals. Animals come down and we're so upset that they don't live as long as us, but they don't need to be here. Those are already spiritually developed souls. They come to help us. So to them, it's I'll go down for 10 years. 10 years is nothing to a soul. It's like telling, if I'm sitting at home and I tell kids, I'm going to run down to the corner store. I'll be right back. It's like that. It's a blink. But when we arrive here, we pass through that veil of forgetfulness, is what I call it. we forget who we are, where we came from, and we forget that we are always guided. But that's part of the process. Without remembering everything, we get to rediscover it. And that rediscovery, that moment when, we wake up and remember we are divine, that's the purpose. We find our reason for being here by reconnecting with who we truly are. Self-reflection, meditation, stillness, even just walking in nature. These are the ways back to remember. Getting to that quiet place, whatever that looks like for you. And then when we understand ourselves, we understand other people. I'm trying to think how I want to say this. When we learn to this is so hard to say, but they're making me feel it. Okay, first of all, you have to have self-love, right? But you have to, everything is balance. So you have to find the balance between self-love and love of others. Truly, I don't have to like what you're doing. I don't have to agree with what you're doing, but I love you. And I understand you're on your own path. I can't judge you. We're not on the same path. You have to go through certain things for your soul's development. I have to go through certain things for my soul's development. And maybe the two don't get along so great, but I still love you and I want the best for you. Do you know what I'm saying? When you can get to that place where you have selfless love and love of self, that's when you fulfill your highest purpose. You don't have to strive to rush yourself to figure it all out. Just get to the place of love where you love yourself and you love others. And when you get there, then everything else falls in line. You're considerate of yourself. You're considerate of others. Do you know what I mean? That love includes, forgiveness, compassion, and helping other people whenever we can. Purpose isn't hidden in some grand mission. It's in our small, everyday moments. It's in our words. It's in our kindness. It's in just our presence. How do we exist? You're an empath. You're a starseed. You're a lightworker. Your very presence is helping. We fulfill our soul's purpose when we do whatever life asks of us to do right now with love and full attention. And that's the secret. That's why we're here. To remember, to love, and to become, light again.